Buckner Canada kickoff for La Tech. And we're underway. Shipley, of course, is the #1 back, and this will start out at the 25-yard line. He's going to roll immediately, looking to throw and looking for a double pass here. Spector instead is going to keep and run it. And straight ahead for the gain of 15 yards. Thought about throwing it a second time there. If he can stay on the field, they believe he is a game breaker. He's been unable to do that for the last couple of years. And a quarterback will keep it. DJ off to the races and picks up a big first down and a gain of 19 on that scamper down.
They're going with a zone read here. Basically, he's going to come this way. He's going to read the defensive end. He squeezes down. You're going to end up keeping the football, which is what he does. Get an escort blocker with Allen coming across the tight end.
Tonight, Shipley in the backfield. Spector in motion. Shipley straight on. Busts a couple of tackles and picks up a first down. Will Shipley for it. Going to put Allen, the tight end, and set him up on the right side. Uiagalelei looking, firing, got the tight end, and a completed pass. Got that down to the 5-yard line. And the next field goal he makes passes Aaron Hunt for 5th place all time on the Clemson list. This will be from 22, so a chip shot. And he will drill that one for 3. And McNeil out of the gun to put it in the air and gets it to that side, and Trey Harris will pick up the first down. Harris in motion. They wind up with 3 wideouts on the right. McNeil again looking to throw this one. Fires it up there, tipped and incomplete. Clemson with some pressure.
Isaac Ellis back into the lap of Parker McNeil. Not able to finish the throw. Basically was described as, this is DJ's team. This is his team, and he's in a good place. And the coaching staff and the players are really responding well to him, and he's off to a good start this season.
And running the football here as well. 25 pounds. He'll gain 13 here.
And it's another zone read. They ran one earlier on the first drive, had a nice pickup, do it once again, especially as he's trying to become a more accurate passer.
Uiagalelei to put it in the air. He'll fire this one incomplete. Here on the near sideline, that one caught by Bo Collins, his high school teammate from way back at St. John Bosco Prep in LA.
Not everything has to be a fastball. We know he has a big arm. That's a nice touch there.
On play action, plenty of time. Great protection. Throwing long, and a diving catch on that far sideline. A 41-yard toss. Take a look at this grab.
It's a great throw by DJ. Nice accurate ball. And then Joseph Ngata, who Davey said it earlier.
So 2nd and goal here for the Tigers. Knocking on the door here in front of a packed house at Death Valley. Shipley again. Right into the pile. In he goes. He is in for a touchdown. Will Shipley.
And the ability to hand it to Will Shipley. He's able to power his way into the end zone.
Led Clemson to rushing touchdowns, attempts, yards. All of that is a true freshman. Potter on for the extra point. He will drill that. Tigers coming in, the #5 ranked team in the country. After a 31-point road win at Georgia Tech and a 35-12 victory over Furman.
30 pounds, got really good speed. Kind of treating him as a wide receiver at times. That's a nice throw and catch.
Yeah, gain of 31. So a big Bulldogs, and on the ground it's Crosby. No room to go there. Row with another stop on that play. The defensive tackle drags him down for a loss of 3.
And a Row is just such his name's not always the first one mentioned, but when you watch them play, he just seems to be so active and near the football quite often.
Tigers also without Tyler Davis up top on the defensive. Minor injuries right now. McNeil will air this one out. They're going to try a little trickery here as well. And a long heave. And that's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by R.J. Mickens.
So watch what happens. They put Smoke Harris in here and watch the quarterback. So now he's going to step back to double pass. But Mickens never falls for the double pass. You can see that this ends up being backwards. Then they're trying to run down the middle of the field, but Mickens doesn't go for it. They don't have a fast reaction to the wide receiver screen, and Mickens does a good job of securing the football. Definitely has a foot in bounds.
He is not in a quarterback battle. He's going to keep it here across the 10. Diving shy of the 20-yard line and picks up a first. The social media, rarely kind or reasonable or even sane. He's going to hand off, but La Tech saw that coming. Kobe Pace taken down quickly. Going to lose 2 yards.
He's in a really good place right now, and he's played like it so far.
Yeah, much better place than a year ago. Back to throw. Pressure. He's going to be taken down. And by Jaden Cole, who'll pick up his first sack of the year.
Yeah, and Kobe Pace kind of gets confused in the blitz pickup, and so you end up having 2 going for 1 with he and Marcus Tate, which ultimately leaves Jaden Cole open.
Smoke Harris back at his 45-yard line as Aiden Swanson gets this one in the air. And Harris darts around a couple of tacklers and ahead across the 40-yard line. Hill will hand off, and there's a flag down on that gain. That was by Thornton. Here at Death Valley, it's working. Third down and 15 here for Parker McNeil. He's going to dump this when a flag is down. Early start here for the Tigers, intended for Trey Harris. But now it's his show for the Bulldogs. He'll rifle that one and incomplete. And trying to hit Cyrus Allen, who's a true freshman. And that's going to be blocked. Blocked by the Tigers. They blocked a couple of punts this season. Barrett Carter comes away. He lets it loose. That's on the deck. And the Bulldogs say they have it back. And they do indeed. So Clemson recovered it and gave it right back to La Tech.
And then keep an eye on 0. Barrett Carter right here. He ends up coming up with the football. And then he takes off running with it. He's thinking, hey, I may score. There's big guys on the field if I can get through this first line. And then that ball slips out. You know, guys that aren't used to carrying the football just kind of aren't used to securing it through contact.
It was actually the kicker, Buchanan, who forced that fumble.
Put his helmet right on the football, and what a break.
Second down 6. McNeil throwing long as an open receiver, and it's going to be caught for a big first down. Got that one out wide to Cyrus Allen.
The route combination, and then this corner wants to trap it. This is an awesome read by Parker McNeil. You see that little extra hitch as he sees the corner falling into trap, and then the ability to shoot the ball outside. That's a long throw. That's left hash.
A 35-yard attempt from Jacob Barnes, who's also a licensed pilot. Gets that one in the air, and that's good. And so the Bulldogs get on the board with the field goal from 35. 18-point deficit comeback win that he engineered over Boston College. Maffa in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. Big opening before he's tripped up and dragged down. He'll pick up a first. Big Cinco back to throw. Downfield, and that one is going to be completed. Caught by Antonio Williams. Very talented freshman out of Irmo, South Carolina.
You know, and I said it earlier about, hey, listen, make the plays. The moment of truth. If you're a wide receiver, who cares what your route was?
Now, got an NFL body. DJ with pressure. Will hang it up there, and that is going to be broken up and nearly intercepted by Tyler Grubbs on that outstanding pressure. Potter on. This will be 36 yards, the field goal attempts. Got it up, and it is perfect. And 3 more for the Tigers.
Good at every level, and I think that's the key for them defensively. It's not just the D-line.
McNeil wants to throw very deep and has a receiver for a major league completion. Big time effort there, and the catch by Lewis.
Yeah, Julian Lewis just gets inside, runs a post route, and there was nobody in the middle of the field, and that's a heck of a throw.
He's 9 out of 16, 128 yards. And a flag down on that carry by Chalmers Thornton, but a flag dropped. 2nd and 10 for La Tech. McNeil to step up, pressure from behind. He's going to be dragged down by the Tigers. As they get to the quarterback, that's Miles Murphy, All-American material.
Yeah, well, and listen, look at him rush up the field. This is just great pursuit and effort. Yeah, and that's what you need out of a great defense.
McNeil, the 6'6 quarterback. Another throw and another completion, and breaking away and getting down to the 10-yard line. Keeping it on the ground here on the carry by Crosby.
And listen, Louisiana Tech going quick. Ended up getting 12 men on the field. It's going to be a flag thrown.
Marquise Crosby, the back. They'll take the handoff, and they're going to push him back. Nothing there for Crosby, not on that carry. 2nd down goal for the Bulldogs. McNeil, pressure on him, dumps it off, got it complete, but shy of the 10-yard line. KJ Henry. Parker McNeil trying to get the Bulldogs into the end zone. Crosby will carry that one, bowling ahead, and he's going to gain 6.
Done a good job coaching this team so far this season, and team's still in it.
So going for the field goal from 27, and Barnes will connect. So going for the certain points there, 13-6, 3rd and 4. They'll rifle that one. Oh, what an attempt there by Ngata with a one-handed offering on it, but incomplete.
The quarterbacks in the past have had wide receivers that come up with catches like that.
Harris will scoop it up on the bounce. Tiptoeing around the 30. Flags dropped right there with 2:29 to go. And no review there. So Bulldogs back to punt. Will Taylor. And Taylor dragged down. Really had nowhere to go. It's a 48-yard punt. And the Tigers to hurry up with a minute to go before the break. DJ to rifle this one. Ngata trying to make something out of it. Stopped by Brooks. 3rd down 5. Big Cinco in the air again, and that one is going to be broken up by the Bulldogs. You wanted Collins.
Making that happen for their quarterback.
No, and that was close to being picked off by Miles Brooks. He thought he should have had it. Here's Smoke Harris. Trying to make an effort, runs into his own man. He tried to get free, but he's taken out at the 20-yard line.
Just make sure you don't make a mistake backed up.
Going fast again. In the pocket, he'll rifle that one, and it's going to be picked off. Intercepted again, the second one of the ball game by the Tigers. That's Trotter, Jeremiah Trotter, with the pick from the 32-yard line. Uiagalelei with the handoff. And Shipley's going to break free. Across the 10, he's into the end zone for a touchdown. 32 yards. Will Shipley. And punches in 6 for the Tigers.
And then they punch it in with the Will Shipley run. Clemson looking like the normal Clemson on offense. He had a screen that didn't go well, and then ultimately, 3rd and forever. The likelihood of picking it up isn't great. That ball's left inside.
Start your plan today with a Northwestern Mutual financial advisor and spend your life living.
Fubo TV has the most college football you can get without cable.
Use more. There's pressure coming off the slot, so McNeil just pulls it and throws it to Hebert, and then look at his speed. That's right.
Runs like it. On a play fake, and a nifty catch on the play there. Trey Harris.
This is what Louisiana Tech has to do, attack these corners. I mean, that's Jalen Lucas, and he's got no idea where the ball is. True freshman out there against Trey Harris, who's...
McNeil time to rifle it again. This one's going to be intercepted after the tip Picked up by the Tigers. Picked up by Green. Flags down as the play continues. He takes to that sideline before he is shoved out. A flag is dropped around the 20.
McNeil is trying to throw this inside slant. They're in double slant. And basically Carter, it's his length. He's able to read the quarterback and react in his length to get his hand up on the football. He does that, it gets tipped, which ultimately ends up leading to the interception. And, Carter was a guy that been involved in
Tiger defense making a statement here early in the second half and have a total of 3 interceptions. And here's Shipley again. Shipley getting the edge. He's outside. And a big gainer. And a first down. A 36-yard romp.
Louisiana Tech down, especially up front. Shipley doesn't get touched until he's about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage.
We'll sub in for him. Uiagalelei will keep it, tucks and rolls up the middle. And rumbling ahead, and he's going to gain 11 yards and move the sticks.
Quarterback under center, especially at his size. Quarterback under center, quarterback sneak.
A bit of a high snap. It's going to be Shipley right back into the ball game. Active again for the first down. Throws to the near sideline and complete. Adam Randall, the outstanding youngster.
Similar situation for DJ, kind of understanding the situation of the game.
Time to throw, set up, and a quick hit to get inside the 5-yard line. A catch made by the tight end Davis Allen.
He's able to find the tight end. That's a nice job by DJ of seeing it.
And Maffa will dive into the end zone for a touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Tigers roaring here in the third quarter at Death Valley.
Obviously the quarterback making good decisions. And now Phil Maffa getting it into the end zone. And then an offensive line that's taken over this football game, able to create enough of a crease for Phil Maffa.
And now comfort zone very quickly here for the Tigers. And hope to be 3-0 at the time. And stay on the ground again here. The carry by Crosby will only get 1 yard before he was met by Phillips. Down to 2. Got it off. Hand off for Crosby. Can't get anything going there. They're going to drag him down. Marquise Crosby, who's been their top back, but tonight they have knocked him around.
That Clemson defense coming alive, getting the ball back for that rolling Tigers off.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Uiagalelei with Kobe Pace in the backfield with him. And lining up to throw, and he's got a receiver open. That'll be Collins. And he is in for a touchdown. Bo Collins with the grab.
After the turnover on down. Watch DJ's pump fake. You're going to pump like that, and it's going to get a reaction. And they're going to end up having basically 2 guys wide open down the field based on that pump and the reaction that gets. And then at that point, it's choose the most open, I guess. And DJ says, Bo Collins, that's you. Good throw right to his face mask, which allows for the catch and run.
So BT Potter on for the point after. And Clemson sailing right now as they open it up. Looking downfield short again, and that's going to be broken up. Looking for a quick stripe, but Barrett Carter.
From the home crowd as they announce him in the game.
Going to roll and throw, and throwing short here. Got it out to the tight end, running stool.
Joseph Ngata, Justin Ross. They haven't produced the way the guys, that did here.
On pass interference, play fake, and another one deflected. That's happened all night long. 5 times now to Parker McNeil.
Good job of McNeil finding him. You see Hebert's speed.
Whistle here. That went for 47.
Timeout.
It also is a nice reward for the players that they recruit here, and even the walk-ons, which obviously Dabble was.
McNeil with the strike, gets it out there to his tight end, Hebert. And a long run after the catch for a big first down. Quick timeout here for the Tigers. Back to that pass play.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good job of managing the pocket because the back gets confused, and Hebert was able to work himself through the middle. And I really like Hebert's run after the catch. And you see Crosby's trying to scan across, nearly blocks McNeil into a sack.
Crosby trying to slice inside. Marquise Crosby. And tough sledding for him. Trent Simpson with the stop.
You now are a starter at free safety, and I think that snaps like this and situations like this are helpful.
Crosby, drive at the goal line, churning, and he's going to bowl in for the touchdown. La Tech on the board again. That one from 3 yards out. Marquise Crosby with a touchdown.
Good job to see him kind of reach over. I think body on top of maybe KJ Henry as he's diving into the end zone.
So Barnes with the point after. And we'll drill that.
They're excited about him, which I think is why he's playing as much as he is early in games.
Going to roll here on 3rd and 3. And he'll scamper out. There is a flag in the backfield. Junior from Tampa, Florida, got off to a rocky start, but has improved dramatically. On the move, Smokehouse breaking free. In the center of the field, he's finally going to be dragged down. Nice return.
Not a lot of guys that are really starters.
They sure are. Once again, it's Thornton on the carry. That has been really tough on the ground tonight for La Tech against Clemson.
Who's an undefeated team right now, certainly getting into the meat of their schedule.
McNeil to fire over the middle and complete to the tight end Hebert.
So it's been a good start, but certainly a lot of football left.
McNeil for the end zone and in there for a touchdown. And a catch made by Trey Harris on the leap from 13 yards. This one's starting to tighten up.
By Harris. And I'll tell you, Torian Pride, the freshman who's in the game because Sheridan Jones' injury, he's really wanted to sit on things tonight. And it's been easy for Trey Harris to get on top of him. It's exactly what he did. Had one like that earlier that he wasn't able to. Not to say that it's let them back in the game, but it has tightened up.
And the point after is good.
And be in it. Parker McNeil walking down and high-fiving all of his guys, too. You can see the mood here has definitely shifted as they've gotten this game close in the fourth.
Shipley, big hole opening up across the 50. Tripped up as he got across the 40-yard line. Uiagalelei. And here's Mappa bouncing outside. Stiff arm. DJ to loft that one for the corner. That's going to be caught, but was he in? It is a touchdown.
Do a great job of winning on the route necessarily. Doesn't leave much room for his quarterback, but it's a really well thrown football by DJ. That's a score. So they're freshmen, but they've been here since January or whatever it may be. He's a player that came in June, but he does have a great feel. He's so smooth.
And Parker McNeil has shown, this one's free, and Clemson's going to dive on the football with under 6 minutes to go. Kevin Swint.
It seems like these guys have played hard, but there's a confusion up front, and McNeil's trying to communicate that, and the center obviously gets confused.
And on the 2-yard line, they'll try and knock it in again with 5 minutes left in this contest. And off for Pace, dancing inside. He'll dive in for the touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run by Kobe Pace.
Find his way into the end zone.
Potter for the point after. He scored in every game since he took over the job in 2019, and good. McNeil with a handoff here for Crosby. He's going to be stacked up. No place for him to go.
Could be playing meaningful snaps in the meat of their schedule, which we showed just a second ago.
3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. McNeil wants to put it in the air again. Here they come. He gets it off, and that one almost picked off. That would have been the 4th interception tonight.
Feels like it's kind of reinvigorated, the fan base of this program.
Hunter Johnson with the handoff to Thomas. And he will rumble ahead for a first down.
I mean,
there aren't many that measure up to that in college football. I don't think there are any that exceed it. 48-20 will be the final score here tonight. Tigers really rolling in the 3rd. And as part of a parents' weekend, students rushing out here onto the field.